The air shimmered, a faint, almost imperceptible distortion just beyond the reach of normal sight. Barry Allen, faster than the eye could follow, was in motion. He wasn't just running, he was engaged in an exercise of almost unimaginable precision, a challenge set by a certain Atlantean king who understood power on a very different scale. Imagine, for a moment, a target, perhaps a single, minuscule point on a solid wall. Now imagine hitting that exact spot, not once, not twice, but 100 times, in a single second. That's what Aquaman confirmed that day. He observed, with a quiet awe that few ever saw from the King of Atlantis, as Barry demonstrated a level of controlled velocity that transcended mere speed. It wasn't about breaking sound barriers or running across continents. It was about the focused, pinpoint application of incredible velocity. 100 impacts, each one deliberate, each one precisely where it needed to be, all compressed into the blink of an eye. That's what Aquaman confirmed that day. He observed, with a quiet awe that few ever saw from the King of Atlantis, as Barry demonstrated a level of controlled velocity that transcended mere speed. It wasn't about breaking sound barriers or running across continents. It was about the focused, pinpoint application of incredible velocity. 100 impacts, each one deliberate, each one precisely where it needed to be, all compressed into the blink of an eye. It was a staggering display, not just of Barry's raw speed, but of the almost surgical precision he could wield with it. It showcased a fundamental truth about the Flash. His power isn't just about how fast he can go, but how accurately and devastatingly he can act within that impossible time frame. This encounter, while remarkable, quietly underscored a capability within Barry that most people, even his fellow heroes, often overlook. We see the Flash as the friendly, jovial, often self-deprecating hero. He's the one who cracks jokes, who's eternally optimistic, a heart of the Justice League. But beneath that approachable exterior lies a power so profound, so utterly overwhelming, that it could reshape any conflict in an instant. It's this deeper, more formidable aspect of his power that found a startling, albeit brief, manifestation during a moment of intense disagreement with the Dark Knight himself, Batman. The circumstances of their friction aren't as important as the revelation that unfolded. Perhaps it was a strategic debate gone sour, a clash of ideologies, or a moment of exasperation where tensions flared between two incredibly strong-willed individuals. Whatever the catalyst, the air in the Batcave grew thick with unspoken challenge. The usual camaraderie momentarily dissolved. Batman, ever the master of control, remained stoic, his eyes unreadable beneath the cowl. Barry, however, felt a shift. Perhaps it was the frustration boiling over, or a profound need to make Batman understand the true stakes, or simply a fleeting, uncharacteristic flash of the impenetrable wall of the Caped Crusader. In that charged silence, Barry's friendly demeanor, the easy smile that usually softened his presence, hardened. His eyes, usually full of light and warmth, narrowed, and in them, Batman saw something rarely glimpsed, the cold, hard logic of a force of nature. And then Barry spoke, his voice low, steady, devoid of its usual lightheartedness. It wasn't a shout, it was a simple, chilling statement of fact. "I could land 1,000 punches," Barry told the Dark Knight, the words hanging in the tense space between them, "before you could even register the first one." Pause for a moment and let that sink in. 1,000 punches. Before, Batman, arguably one of the most physically capable, hyper-aware, and tactically brilliant humans on the planet, could even perceive the initiation of the first blow. This wasn't a threat of violence in the traditional sense. It was a stark, undeniable demonstration of absolute, overwhelming superiority in a physical confrontation. It wasn't about malice. It was about the raw, unfiltered truth of what Barry Allen, the Flash, could do. Batman, for his part, did not flinch, but there was a flicker in his eyes, a subtle shift in his posture that only an observer intimately familiar with him would notice. It was the recognition of an undeniable truth, a moment of profound realization. He wasn't scared, no, but he understood the gravity of Barry's words. It was a reminder that even the meticulously prepared, the unyielding force of Batman could be utterly nullified by a speed and precision beyond human comprehension. This raw display of combat speed, the capacity to deliver 1,000 impacts before an opponent even perceives the initial attack, serves as a stark and humbling reminder. Despite his bright, friendly demeanor, his almost boyish charm, the Flash is, without question, one of the most physically dangerous beings on the planet. He isn't just fast, he is capable of overwhelming any opponent with sheer, blinding velocity, a controlled storm of kinetic energy delivered with surgical accuracy. The beauty of Barry Allen, of course, is that he rarely, if ever, uses this power in such a devastating manner. He is a hero who understands the immense responsibility that comes with his gifts. He pulls his punches, he calibrates his speed, he restrains himself, not out of weakness, but out of a profound commitment to life and peace. Yet, this encounter with Batman, and the quiet confirmation from Aquaman, strips away any illusion of him being merely a fast runner. They reveal the Flash as a living, breathing weapon of unimaginable capability, choosing every single moment to be the protector, the rescuer, rather than the overwhelming force he so effortlessly could be. So, the next time you see the Flash zipping across your screen, remember that friendly smile, but also remember the chilling truth. Behind that blur of red, there's a power capable of delivering 1,000 punches before you could even blink. It's a testament not just to his speed, but to his extraordinary restraint and the quiet strength of his character. What are your thoughts on the Flash's true power? Does this revelation change how you perceive Barry Allen? Share your insights in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deeper dive into the incredible capabilities of our heroes, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more explorations into the fascinating world of comics and storytelling.